Welcome to another edition of Smart Chat here on YouTube.com. Now, you guys are going to do a WWF old school video for you here. And you remember when these two guys worked in CWA with Memphis, and that's who we came to know as Kama, the Supreme Fighting Machine, and the Undertaker. And I'll discuss that rivalry here in a second. But they did work together in the CWA. You know, and who else worked with Undertaker? Kama, Supreme Fight back then. Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, Dutch Mantell, Bill Dundee, Austin Idol, Tommy Rich, Eddie and Doug Gilbert. And I think actually, you know, we'll fast forward a few years later, I think Kama or, you know, Papa Shango, which are the same person, was actually given a job by the Undertaker at the WWF at the time. You know, Kama, the Supreme Fighting Machine, was also known as Papa Shango, later known as the Godfather, and then the Good Father, Kama Mustafa as well, with the Nation of Domination. And he actually now a good father, Godfather, you know, Papa Shango. This guy, the same guy that we're referring to, Kama, he went through gimmick after gimmick, and finally something worked. Finally, something worked. The Godfather was probably one of the most, it was a standout character for the Attitude Era, and it worked at that time. Imagine, you know, someone else that has gone through so many gimmicks at that time, too. Kane, not as much as Papa Shango, but still had his definite share. When you look at this rivalry, when I look at the rivalry between the Undertaker and Kama, it started at WrestleMania 11 during the Undertaker's match against King Kong Bundy. Paul Bearer regained possession of the urn that was stolen from him by IRS at the 1995 Royal Rumble. You remember that? Ted DiBiase ordered one of his $1 Million Corporation members out, which was Kama. Kama attacked Paul Bearer to steal the urn again, and as Jim Ross was interviewing him, Kama told him that the urn was his now, and he was going to melt the urn into a necklace. Remember that? The rivalry, you know, ended at SummerSlam 95 when the Undertaker defeated Kama in a what was considered a knockdown, drag out casket match back then. I was you know, a feud where Kama melted the urn. Melted the urn. I can't believe, you know, how many characters too when you look at Kama. I can't believe how many characters had 2 or 3 type of personas, and yet, like when I was a kid watching growing up wrestling, I never noticed that they were the same person, right? And anyone noticed, or was it just me? Like for the longest time, I didn't even realize Kane was Yankum. That was him prior. You know, when you're younger, and you know, you kind of think that you cracked the code. I mean, how many people thought they cracked the code when they went into school when they were younger and said, you know, I think that Cactus Jack, Mankind, and Dude Love are all the same guy. But that was a feud, you know, Kama, Papa Shango, Good Father, Godfather. So many reincarnations. But just want to look at the, you know, just wanted to give you my thoughts on that feud there. And imagine too, like if Kama right now, would this character stick? Who was actually the better character? Was it Papa Shango? Was it who did you like as a better character? Papa Shango, Goodfather, Godfather? You know, listen, Papa Shango should have had a run in Lucha Underground, right? He could have been Pentagon's Godfather or something. I don't know, just my thoughts there on that feud. We're going back on that rivalry. Hope all is well. Look forward to speaking to you soon.